Welcome to this Taurus new moon tarot and astrology reading. I'm Kelly Mountain with Goddess Modern, and I do these new moon and full moon readings every month, combining both tarot and astrology. I personally get so much use and productivity and support and guidance through using tarot and astrology as frameworks to help understand more about myself and my relationship to my life, the way that I go about creating my life, relationship to my healing journey and my process of self-discovery and development. Also, to receive all of this beneficial guidance in terms of my relationships in my life. In fact, some of the most powerful healing experiences have come from my insights in astrology that have made me see how certain personality traits that people in my life have that I'm close to, which in the past felt like had like a heavier energy to me because it felt like these personality traits that they express through felt kind of harsh or sharp or crunchy or edgy in some way that made me feel like it was something directed towards me and it was about me. And just coming to realizations of like, oh wow, this actually has nothing to do with me at all. This is just part of this person's makeup. And here I created this whole story about what it meant, and and even in some way like a self-identity out of it, right? Especially in terms of like talking about doing work on like inner child healing and healing in family systems, parental healing and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just been in my own life an incredibly supportive, reflective psychological framework. That's why I share it with you here, because my hope is that it helps you in similar ways and acts as a roadmap for you to understand more about the energies that we're moving through at any given time and how to consciously work with the energies to navigate and ideally create optimal experiences and outcomes that are going to benefit you for the long term. So, one sec. So, the way this stuff works, excuse me, the way this stuff works, so not every single detail, might not resonate with you. And I would say focus less on specific details and more of just patterns of energy and experience and feeling. And if it resonates for you, you will know. You will feel it inside. It will be your intuition that will be speaking to you, saying, yes, in fact, there is something here for you. And all you need to do is simply open yourself to it, to receiving it and bringing it inside. And then ideally, you can water it with the seeds of, with the nourishment of your attention in reflective and meditative activities that can allow the reflective seed to germinate inside and blossom and reveal what it has for you. And oftentimes the way this stuff works is it does reveal more in time. So if ever you come across a piece of information in any of the messages, if you don't logically understand how it relates, but somehow you feel a connection to it, just metaphorically stick it in your back pocket and just carry it with you and just be open. And you might find that at a not too future date, it all comes together and makes sense. So I'm doing a bit of a shorter reading today. So let's just get right into it. So normally I pull from multiple decks. Today I just pulled from one deck, but I got 3 different kind of groupings of messages, and I'll start in the way that I always do with the Spirit Cats deck by Nicole PR. And this is the one that I pulled for the collective new moon for Taurus. And I already shuffled the deck and cleansed decks, cleansed my space, said a prayer of intention, and centered myself. Called in a message for the Taurus new moon for the collective. And so, this reading, the information in this reading, it might be relative to you in relationship to yourself and in your relationship to your life, how you're going about creating your life. Or it can be in relationship to another person in your life or a situation in your life. So again, use your intuition and just simply feel what resonates. Okay, here we go. The message of this card is majesty, which is such a great word for anything Taurian. So meet majesty. She lives inside each one of us. She is the queen of the vulnerable heart. I love that. That's so precious. The queen of the vulnerable heart, the yearning soul and the seeking mind. She helps us see our majesty, helps us honor our gifts, hone our skills, and be true to our word. Let us not diminish ourselves with endless self-criticism and self-negation. We must wear our crown of light with love, confidence, grace, and a generosity of spirit. We all have something to teach and share with our fellows. Cultivate kindness and respect towards yourself so that your gifts may flourish and be shared freely with those around you. So, yeah, in this message, I feel a call towards, yes, there's like love, confidence, grace, and generosity of spirit. We all have something to teach and share. So there's also a message of like humility, right? Humility that brings us all to the same kind of level playing field. So in relation to like establishing Taurus, the energy of Taurus, it's all about values. It's how we value ourselves. It's how we value our connection to the material world. It's values around value exchange that we receive for our work and service in the world. Humility is what, brings us all to an equal playing ground. And sometimes that's helpful. There's sometimes where people are too, almost like too humble to their own detriment, right? And don't get what they deserve in return for their offering. Or sometimes there's people that are maybe too arrogant, right? And ask for too much, right? So it's like, but when we all come to a place of humility together, it's kind of like base one of like the playing field that assessment can happen from, right? So a reminder of humility is always a good one, especially during these times. And actually, that's a good segue into the first spread, the first grouping of messages here. King of Wands and the Knight of Cups. King of Wands he's the master of fire. He's the king of fire, and the fire element in tarot governs over the parts of ourselves having to do with action, passion, purpose, drive, ambition, and efforts and creativity and expression. So it's basically like the active expression of creative force. And it's also a card of, this is like the best entrepreneur, the most masterful, successful entrepreneur in the deck. Excuse me, dry mouth. And, but the King of Wands, for it to be upright in this way, has to balance his fire with humility, because if it wasn't, then it would be a King of Wands in reverse, which is like overconfidence and, like I said, arrogance. So like humility is actually what tempers the fire and what keeps it balanced and fair and keeps it operating in a way that creates positive energy for oneself and others. And so it came out with the Knight of Cups. And so, I would say if this is in relation to you to you, You know, I feel like this is a message of like where, like, reflect and see where you can benefit from perhaps even more positive masculine energy employed towards an endeavor that will bring you a newer endeavor, um, that will bring you emotional fulfillment. It's I feel like it's not a brand new endeavor. I feel like it would be, because it's a night, I feel like it's something that you've already got going in motion, but it's like the next level of it is ready to be um, progressed forward, and in a way that specifically creates emotional fulfillment. So it's like, because the Knight of Cups here is on its way to becoming the King of Cups. But to be the King of Cups, you know, just similar to being the King of Wands, there's a whole journey. I mean, it's blood, sweat, and tears that gets one into mastering any of the four elements, which are fire, water, earth, and air. And so, you know, there's almost like doing so, you know, seeing where you can exert more positive masculine energy, attention, effort, ambition, work, creativity, and expression into directions of, you know, newer projects of emotional fulfillment. Like, the more, I feel like the message here is basically like, focus on this right now. So this is what's going to get you to be able to cultivate and embody the King of Cups, like that mastery of the emotional self, the mastery of the emotional masculine aspect of ourself. And that's a very mature, reliable, steadfast, calm, collected, even measured energy. And, you know, this is in general, I think, kind of like a quality of energy that in general I feel like our world is needing at this time. Not just at this time, we're just like in an era of this initiation, both collectively and I think personally too. It makes sense, right? Because, you know, it's that piece around like, if we want to see change in the world, we have to first embody that change. And how better can we be embodying our own inner masculine to protect and provide for ourselves, and to be, you know, like focused and determined, and, you know, where it's almost like, for each of us individually, like how does this further grow our own soul at this time? So I'm gonna leave that there for now and keep going. The next spread that came out is the Sun in reverse, Devil reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles. So at first, just the Sun in reverse came out, and I asked to know more about it, and that's because I was wondering, like, oh, I was kind of wanting to see, like, is this a past energy or is this something happening now? But then when I pulled cards to ask more about it, I got the Devil reverse and the Nine of Pentacles. So I think what this is saying altogether is that, yes, it's reflecting a past. It's not just an experience, it's a pattern of ways, I think, that the message, how this is reading to me, is this is a pattern. This is an old pattern of ways that, you know, you, I, we people sabotage ourselves from fully stepping into our power. And, you know, I think, again, fully stepping into our power reflects back to me of this King of Wands card that came out first. And, you know, we're all, I think, part of the nature of being human beings is that we all go through this journey, this initiation, at least once, if not multiple times, of being confronted with the question, how am I sabotaging myself from stepping fully into my power? Well, it's good. I think it's a good reflection to just first look at what in your life is taking power away from you. And how do you know it's taking power away from you? Well, there's a number of ways, you know. Is it draining you energetically? Is it draining you financially? Is it making you feel constantly overwhelmed and overcommitted with time? Is it making you feel devalued in your relationships? Is it, are you not receiving what you deserve, you know, with your work or with your, your service, whatever you're up to? Like there's just a lot of ways that we go about sabotaging ourselves from being in our full power, because it's intimidating to step into that place of full power. It's intimidating because it's big energy. Sometimes in order to step into our full power, we have to, it comes with great sacrifice sometimes. Sometimes in order for us to be in our full power, we have to let go of things that we love, people that we love, situations that we love, in order to fully move into our own power. And with the devil in reverse here, it's definitely all about, and especially with the Nine of Pentacles that came. So like, I'm feeling like this is around, topics of codependency too. Because the final outcome here is the Nine of Pentacles. It's almost like it's a good time to reflect upon how we sabotage ourselves to stay less powerful than we really are, and how that ultimately is not helping the growth of our soul. The sun in reverse, our soul. So that is that grouping. I'm going to move on. Underneath the deck, I got the Five of Cups reverse, and then I drew another card because I needed to know a little bit more about what this was, and it was the Two of Pentacles reverse. So Five of Cups reverse. So this is at the bottom of the deck. What's influencing the energy right now? What's influencing the messages from this reading right now? And so Five of Cups reverse is going to be the energy of, well, there's two ways I could read this. Either it's like it's time to do healing on the emotional disappointments of the past, the emotional regrets of the past. It's time to do some healing work on that, because that past energy is keeping you stuck in this energy here, which is, the energy of how you ultimately sabotage yourself to stay less powerful than you really are, in order for you to be fully, secure, stable, independent, and wealthy, and thriving in your own life. So this Five of Cups reverse would say to me, yes, it's definitely time to do healing on that past experience, because it's affecting your present moment, and specifically this topic about owning your power. And with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, along with it, I would say this is speaking directly to kind of a similar topic that's already come up a couple times in this reading, which is balanced relationship with resources, specifically material resources, and with other people. So, well, it's either if it's just you to you, then it's you in relationship to how you're going about creating your own life, and saying something about the way that you are relating to your material world is creating imbalance. And there's something about that imbalance that keeps you stuck in the energy of this past emotional regret or despair. And if this is in relationship to another person, then it's saying to me something about the energetic of that, of an imbalance of resources, the way resources are happening between you and another person. Something about the energetic of that is keeping you stuck in this past energy of regret or despair. And there's something about the energetic of it that keeps you in this process of disempowerment and repetition of old patterns that are ultimately sabotaging your sense of power and independence and stability and health and thriving. So, yeah, and even at the very bottom of the deck now, there's the Four of Swords, which is a card of healing. So it just really further echoes my sentiment with this grouping here, that healing is really what's needed, because whatever this imbalance of energy exchange or imbalance of relationship to resources is with yourself or another person, again, it's a kind of thing where on the surface it looks like we're just talking about resources and exchange of resources and balance and fairness, but that's what it looks like on the surface when you're just like talking details. But it's a kind of thing where it's like there's a deeper core of energy that's kind of driving this process forward, and that deeper core of energy needs healing because there's something in there. And again, Taurus, we're in this Taurus new moon. That's what we're doing this reading for. That's what we're gearing up for, and which is happening on, I believe, the 27th, so Sunday, Sunday, April 27th. And, yeah, the Taurus, the Taurus energy is all about values and resources, right? That we are in relationship with ourselves and each other. So yeah, just to wrap it up, the message here is it would be a good time for healing on parts of ourselves that influence the way that we experience value exchange in our world, either with ourselves in our own life or with others or with other situations. There's something about that could use some healing, that would also free up past energies of sabotage and negative patterns that keep us in our own shadow, keep us from awakening to our true self. All right, you guys. Well, I hope that this reading was helpful for you in some way, with ending with the Four of Swords in this reading, for which is a message of healing. I would say, Sunday could be a good day to, be inward and reflective and do meditative and reflective activities like writing in a journal and meditation and just being in nature and just kind of clearing your plate so you can really feel and process. Maybe it would even be a really good day to, get a massage or see a therapist or get some acupuncture, good day of self-care. Okay, well, if you like the way I read, if you got any value out of this reading, I would appreciate if you can please like this video, leave a comment if you'd like, share it with anyone that you think might resonate with it. And if you want to learn more about me and my work, you'll find all the information in the description box below. Okay, I hope you have a blessed Taurus new moon. Thank you so much for being here with me. Take care.